Hi students, good day. I am Sir Artie and I will be your teacher in TLE 9. Today, I am going to enhance your knowledge about the basics in baking. I prepared a short video presentation for this subject. Enjoy! Lesson 1. Bread and Pastry Production. Bread and Pastry Production, also known as Baking and Pastry Production NC2, is a technical vocational program that develops the skills of students in preparing and producing bakery or pastry products, cakes, and desserts. First, what is baking? Baking is a method of preparing food that uses dry heat, normally in an oven, but can also be done in hot ashes or on hot stones. The basics in baking. The basic in baking includes a good knowledge of baking tools and equipment for measurements, technique of measurements, dry and liquid ingredients, and the common process involving in baking. Techniques in measuring. Correct technique is measuring is as important as using the standard tools in measuring to obtain accuracy. Baking tools and equipment for measuring is a set of measuring spoons, set of measuring cups nested for dry ingredients, liquid measuring cup made of glass, weighing scale oven, thermometer, timer. Cake decoration toolkit. Cake decoration toolkit. Custard cups, plastic wrap table, knife, fork, and spoon. Utility tray, cups and saucers. Parchment paper. For cutting, mixing and blending. Grater, cutter for dough and for pastry, mixer, electric or hand, sifter, wire or plastic, pastry blender, pastry brush, whisk beater or wire, rubber scraper, spatula, wooden spoon, kitchen shears, cookie cutters. For cooking and baking, kinds of pans. Baking pans, loaf pans, jelly roll pans, rectangular pans, round pans, tube pans, square pans, muffin pans, and pie pans. Types of oven. I will mention the two of the most common ovens that we use today. Portable glass front oven. It indicates a temperature by a so-called thermostat at the front portion. Usually, when you need to have a quick heat of your food, and when baking a small pizza, this will be pretty handy. Gas or electric range. Most houses have this type of baking appliance. Why? Because this type consists of burners for cooking on top. And also, it has a thermostat and a handy timer for monitoring. For the temperature guide, please refer on your book on page 6. Now, I'm going to discuss about the basics of baking. Flour. Flour is one of the most important and the main ingredient in baking. It provides a structure and contributes in color, texture, and flavor. There are 4 kinds of flour: whole wheat flour, bread flour, cake flour, and all-purpose flour. Sugar. In general, upon the taste buds of people, sugar gives sweetness and the culprit behind every flavor and aroma of a baked product. It also contributes in the browning of the crust and is dependent on the amount and kind being used. Most used are brown sugar, white granulated sugar, and confectioner's sugar. Leavening agents. Leavening agents are substances that produce gas while mixing or heating the dough or the batter. When this occurs in a product, it will cause it to increase its volume due to the gas produced. Examples of leavening agents are yeast, baking powder, and baking soda. Liquid ingredients. Liquid ingredients are added to the flour to develop gluten.
Gluten is a kind of elastic substance in a flour. Water helps on the consistency of the flour. When you add too much water, the gluten will weaken and spread, and by adding too little, will make the dough stiff and can be difficult to handle. Fats and oils. Like oil that contributes in keeping the product moist, the uses of fats includes the tenderness, improves the flavor of the bread, helps in retaining air that gives it a better volume and crust, and lubricates the gluten strands. Here are some examples: butter, margarine, and vegetable oil. Eggs. Eggs create structure and stability within a batter. They add moisture to a product and act as a glue or glaze. Other ingredients include salt. Salt is used to bring out the flavors of an otherwise bland, too sweet or too sour taste. Spices or seeds that provides accent to the flavor, and flavorings. The taste of your creation depends on you. If you have a free time, kindly read the General and Principles in Baking. Please refer on your book on pages 10 to 11.
To further understand the topic, we will continue this through our virtual meeting. Thank you. Goodbye.